Ever thought about adding chorus to your mix, but unsure if it's a sound for you? Well, I'm going to talk you through exactly how diverse this effect can really be. So a chorus pedal is a great way to produce warm, shimmering tones that gently thicken your sound. This effect is designed to replicate the sound of a choir. A choir is made up of a number of individual voices, and within these individual voices there will be variance in terms of pitch and time, and that's what these effects look to replicate electronically. So this is great for unlocking the classic 80s sounds that chorus is known for, but there's also a lot more that these intuitive devices can do that may well suit your sound. So as you can see, chorus pedals come in a range of shapes and sizes. They usually have at least 2 controls that come as standard. As you can see on the Sub-Zero Choir Boy, which has a classic 3-knob layout, these 2 are depth, which controls the intensity of the detune effect of the modulation, so how out of tune the effect sounds. Speed or rate. This controls the rate of the LFO, so how fast the detune effect is applied. And then on this one, you've got a volume or level control, which just controls how loud the effect is within your overall mix. So there really is a chorus pedal to suit anyone, no matter how tweakable you want it to be and how much you want to deep dive into fine-tuning chorus within your overall sound. So we'll start with a very, very famous example of a chorus pedal, and that is the Electro Harmonix small clone. And the sound of this device should be familiar to absolutely everyone. If you're not aware, it's the sound of Come As You Are by Nirvana. It's a super simple layout. In this case, the depth control is dictated by a 2-way switch between the lower and higher settings, and then you've got your classic rate knob. So I'm just going to give you my dry tone first for reference, and that sounds something like this. And then we'll just start with the depth on the higher setting and the rate at 12 o'clock, so you can hear what that sounds like. And it sounds like this. So you can hear that's quite warbly, shimmery, warm tonal properties that are added to it. And that's great. The depth control may seem limiting in having only 2-way, but this is great actually if you just want to subtly enhance or thicken chords. If you keep this down. Equally then, the rate knob, if you set this nice and low, then you get a similar quality, but you can keep the depth on the higher setting and still get a more affected tone, but one that suits chords in a really nice way and complements that tone. And with the depth on the higher settings, as you turn the rate up, it can start to become a little bit too affected maybe for certain people to do chords with. It becomes maybe slightly wacky. But this can make a really cool tone for lead lines when you want to add something a little bit extra. So as you can see, despite the simple layout, it's still very easy to unlock a lot of tones and voices out of this pedal. But maybe this super simple layout is why it's been favoured by so many. It's very much a plug and play. You're not twiddling, you're not fine tuning. It just allows you to unlock those classic 90s chorus tones in a very easy manner. So my next choice is another archetype of the chorus world, and that is the Boss CE2W. This is Boss's modern recreation of the classic CE2, which was used by everyone from Johnny Marr to Matt DeMarco in modern days. And this is a slightly more subtle chorusing effect. So it's slightly more watery, more dimensional, more mellow. And this is great if someone, a guitarist that wants something to subtly thicken and enhance and complement your tone rather than necessarily replacing it. So again, with the control set to 12 o'clock on the standard mode, that sounds something like this. And what's really nice about this Waza recreation is that you've also got a couple of custom modes built in that are based on the CE1, which was the CE2's predecessor. And these sound slightly more flangery to my ears, which is really cool because it adds to the versatility and unlocks even more voices for you to try when using it. That sounds something like this. So if subtlety is your forte and you want something to enhance your tone, maybe have a look at the CE2W. So finally then, something, if you want a little bit more expansive, something that really taps into the extreme side of modulation, I've picked out the C Machine by EarthQuaker, which immediately from the layout, the 6 knobs, you know you're going to be able to deep dive and tweak to your heart's content. Allows you to unlock slightly wackier, slightly more extreme effects that sound something like this. And again, you just have to tweak fairly quickly on the fly to get something radically different, something new, and it's great for the experimental guitarist, it's great for sound design if you want to unlock slightly abstract, ambient sounds, stuff like this. So I was actually using the dimension control there to actually make it self-oscillate, which shows the power. And it's a very, very fun pedal to use. And it's great to be able to fine-tune and deep dive into exactly what you are wanting to unlock out of a chorus pedal. Yes, this isn't to say that it can't also do the classic chorus sounds of the previous units, because all you need to do is adjust these within reasonable parameters, and you'll find that that side of it is still very much there, something like this. That added versatility is just really useful for the more experimental among us that love deep diving into extreme modulation. So chorus pedals can come into their own when paired with other pedals. For example, you wanted to sound more expansive, you wanted to take that dry tone up a gear, then two of the most common choices are chorus and delay. And these pair together really well, and they offer a very quick and easy way of just filling out your sound. So this is the small clone on its own. You add the delay in and suddenly they work harmoniously together to just fill out that sound. And similarly, one of the ways that I really like to use chorus is just before my dirt section. Now that goes against what a lot of people do, they like to put all the modulations after. But the beauty of pedals is that get hands on yourself and see what works and come up with new combinations. There is no definitive right or wrong way of wiring your pedals, despite what many people will tell you. And what this does is obviously the way that the chorus effect works with it splitting and thickening your signal. If you do that before it hits something like a fuzz, then once it comes and is output from the fuzz, it is that little bit wider, that bit thicker, which for an effect like fuzz, I think really leans in and enhances the sound. So I've got the TB2W here, the tone bender, which on its own sounds like this. You add in that chorus effect and it just provides a little bit of warmth, a hint, and just gently expands out nicely, not in an overbearing way that just enhances the effect. And moving on to the more extreme side of things, we've obviously seen how much fun the C Machine can be and how you can get all kinds of crazy with it. Then if you pair this with another modulation, then that's how you can really start to lean into the extreme side of things. So in this case, I've grabbed the Aqueduct, and when these are paired together, not only do they work very well, it is a little bit out there, it's a lot of fun, and an easy way to spice up chords or lead runs or however you want it to play. And that sounds something a little bit like this. So I think we've shown there that there is more to chorus than that stereotypical 80s sound, and that going from the subtle to the flamboyant, there really is a chorus pedal for everyone. If you've enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. I've been Tom for Gear for Music. Thank you for watching.